Okay, so hey, welcome to part 6, I guess. I'm gonna be rambling about something slightly different this time. So, of course, it'll be in the description if you want to skip past it. If not, then, I'll stay here. Also, real quick, there's some talking in the background. I did a couple test recordings to see if it was gone, and I think it is, but, someone's watching the TV in the other room. Uh, Hopefully it's not heard, but I don't know. I think it's good. But moving on. Uh, right. Hold on. Alright, excuse me. Uh, Basically, I wanted to talk about a collab I did with someone who is a friend I have in real life. Their channel is RBX Gemini, and on their channel, or just Gemini, we we did a collab where we pretty much just played Friday Night Funkin' mods. Uh, I know I'm a writing channel, which is why we recorded it at my place. So if you go over and check it out, don't send any hate because it's the audio is a little bit fucky. You can usually only hear one person at a time, which again is my fault. I recorded it at my place, and I haven't done game recordings in a very long time. So I did some testing and I thought it was good, but I was wrong. So I'm sorry about that if you go out and check it. But if you want to just hear me out of character and watch me and my friend play some beep boop game, then check it out. The link will be in the description, and from there you can check out his channel because he uploads shit. He does live streams and such. He's uploading memes at times, which is he uploads memes of obscure games, which is something. But yeah. If you're interested in any of that, I highly advise you go check it out. I'm out of character and just fucking around. He's also just fucking around, and it was fun. Maybe not the most professional thing, but if that's something that interests you, then check it out. I probably won't upload any gaming content onto my channel, and anytime I do gaming, it'll most likely just be a collab with him, because I don't want someone finding my channel through Friday Night Funkin', let's use it as an example since that's what we played, and thinking, oh, this is a Friday Night Funkin' or gaming channel, and then, get disappointed when they see, me just voicing over an edgy story. But, yeah, that's mostly all I have for that. Check it out if you want. And, I know this is a long rambling segment, but, hopefully this part was good. I felt like I was a bit off this time. I tried to fix anything that sounded weird when I was, proofreading it and shit. But, I don't know. This week was just kind of rough, I guess. So I felt a little bit out of it. But hopefully, I'm feeling good today. So hopefully anything that sounded weird I was able to fix in proofreading today. And I think that's fully it. Oh, and thank you for the kind comments last episode or part. There was one person in particular. I don't know if I should say their name because I don't want to I mean, there's not exactly many comments, but I don't want to just call them out if they don't want me to do that. But yeah, thank you very much for all the kind words. It seriously means a lot. But without getting too sappy, I've been rambling for almost fucking 5 minutes, so let me shut up and start reading. Alright, here we go. I nod and get ready for the last push before finally arriving. Though on the way I realize that the only way to the city should be through the slums. Most likely noticing this concern, Phobia speaks up. We'll have to go through the slums to get to the city, but they make sure there's guards that escort groups of people trying to enter. Phobia informs me. What stops everyone living in the slums from just entering the city, then? I question him. Nothing, really, but if they want a place to sleep, then that they can afford, then they'll have to go back either way. He answers. The conversation stops there as we quickly approach a group of people just outside the slums. Most are dressed fairly casually, but a few look much more noble. Though I bring that up first, it's not really the first thing that I notice. Phobia mentioned on the way that not only humans live normal lives now. I wasn't quite sure what he meant, and he didn't exactly elaborate. I guess he wanted to surprise me or something? The first person in the group that catches my eye is a tall man with glasses, golden eyes, and white hair, wearing a navy three-piece suit, and a serious expression. Along with that are a set of white wings coming from his back that seem to go through his clothes. The clothes he's wearing with little problem. The only thing I can think of when I see him is an angel. Next to the assumed angel is a mother and daughter holding hands. The child seems to be only 6 at the most, while the mother still looks fairly young, late 20s, I'd guess. Again, though, the most noticeable thing about them is the similarity in their appearance to demons, both having light purple skin and pitch black sclera, along with black, almost metallic-looking horns. Without describing the appearance of everyone in the group, I'll simply say it's more of the same. Massive orc with armor on, a person seemingly made completely of fire, someone looking almost human, besides some animal-like features. Of course, there were people in the group that looked completely human as well, but it was a pretty even split between non-humans and them. I also noticed that I was getting a few odd looks, assumedly a combination of my minimal appearance and bewildered expression. Soon, however, the group starts moving, and I'm forced to move with it. The road the guards lead us down seems fairly safe. No one besides the group I'm in even seems to be around, till the middle of the path at least, where just outside the groups on either side is what looks like a bazaar with a myriad of stalls set up, all selling different supplies and wares. Everyone in the bazaar seems a bit worse for wear, most of them wearing ragged or tattered clothing, seemingly living in torn up or damaged tents set up nearby. As we pass by the bazaar, I can't help but feel a little bad for them. That is, before a surge of pain goes through my chest, as I remember that I'm supposed to kill them soon. Their glares at the group heading to the city didn't help either, though eventually we get out of sight and are back on an empty trail. Time passes as we all continue slowly down this road until reaching a checkpoint just outside the city walls. It dawns on me as we get there just how massive the walls are. Even the tower I once lived at paled in comparison to the wall's height, most likely doubling it in size. I try to turn my attention back to the matter at hand after staring at all for a moment longer, though. There only seems to be one person manning the checkpoint, while most others are focused on standing guard. Form a line in front of reception and wait your turn, one of the guards guiding the group says before heading back through the trail we went down, accompanied by 4 other guards. Most of the people were prepared to form a line, most likely having done this before. Luckily, I still ended up in the middle. Perhaps this is obvious, but I felt pretty out of place. I felt pretty out of place at the time, and people's glances failed to make it any better. What should I tell them I'm here for when I get to the front? I ask Phobia in my head. Just say you're visiting or something. I doubt they'll care all that much. Phobia says, giving out some fairly useless advice. I continue to sit in the line for several minutes, my anxiety getting the better of me as the line shortens. Eventually, I end up at the front, however, and am greeted with a young-looking man in helmetless suit of armor, again matching the white color scheme of the city. State your business and entering Ivor Sky, he says in a bored voice. I'm just visiting, I stutter out. Smooth, Phobia mocks. And your name? The guard asked. For a moment, my brain completely shuts down. Before remembering my conversation with Phobia on a false name. Still, I moved pretty quickly past our conversation and never decided on a last name, so I quickly think of one on the spot before telling it to the guard. Phobia Alrin, I once again said nervously. Phobia seems to decide not to make a comment this time. In a way, it only makes me more anxious. Time continues to crawl as he intermittently asks me more basic questions that I answer in the same fashion. But eventually, he hands me a small card before saying, "Next," giving me my cue that it's time to leave. Once out of sight from the guard, I let out a breath I didn't realize I was holding in. But after the long journey and nerve-wracking trip here, we finally made it to Ivor Sky. And with that, I took my first steps into the city. And once I did, I was greeted by pale gray stone walkways, pure white and gold buildings, and a variety of interesting and odd stores and places. Though the thing that interested me the most was how many non-humans there were. Just like the people in the group that came with me, there were an incredible amount of them in the city. Again, probably a half and half split between humans and non-humans. You'll have time to take in all the sights later. For now, we should get moving. Not only do you look like a tourist, you look like a homeless one. Oh, and try not to break down when buying clothes, Phobia said, again mocking my previous attempt at conversation. Whatever. But we need to find a place to sleep as well, I remind Phobia, trying to change the subject. Phobia sighs. Yeah, sure, fine. Again, you don't need sleep anymore, but I guess I can see you're tired. Now, having a more clear plan of action, we start walking through the massive city, looking for a place to buy clothes, as well as a place to rest. Yeah, sorry if that one, I know this one was a lot shorter than, my last couple parts actually, but again, this week I kind of felt off. Today was really the only day that I felt actually good. So I did as much writing as I could today, before finding a good place to stop. And hopefully next time I'll, be able to get more done. Again, sorry if this is less than you were expecting, which, is fair. And sorry that a lot of this was me just rambling at the start. I didn't mean to, be deceitful for how long this video is. It's just, there was a decent amount to talk about at the start, and, this part was just generally shorter. So, again, sorry. And again, this was a more world-building part, and as opposed to, the more intense parts, like part 4. But hopefully you enjoyed it nonetheless. If not, I'm sorry, and hopefully you'll enjoy part, 7 a bit more. And yeah, I guess that's it. See you.